Hello and welcome back to my channel. This is Jeff Cappuccino of Sashes&Scripts at today pag-uusapan natin ang mga Binibining Pilipinas candidates who made it into our list of the best glam shot photos. But before we begin, please subscribe to my channel, hit the notifications bell para updated kayo sa lahat ng mga pageant news and updates. Okay, so first off, I want to say that the glam shots this year is one of the most fantastic glam shots that we've seen in the past several or couple of years. Among the national pageants, every girl in their glam shot photos in Binibini this year look amazing. Every one of them really, had a very cohesive look in terms of the overall uniformity of the 40 candidates. The theme is very spectacular, very amazing, and very elevated. It has a very alta and social na feel to it. Aside from the fact that if it weren't for the photography by Raymond Sandanya and Owen Reyes, as well as the impeccable styling created by Justin Aliman and Maki Combe, as well as Sir Patrick Henry, then this shoot would not have been as elevated as it would have as compared to the previous years. Mas mukhang glamorosa yung glam shots this year, and I can honestly say that the Binibining Pilipinas pageant is bringing the glamour that is expected on a national pageant, and in fact I believe that the Binibining Pilipinas pageant has really started to pull away from the competition, kumbaga, in terms of glamour, in terms of the expectation of of entertainment for its pageant. I can really say that based on the glam shots alone, napakaganda yung path that the Binibining Pilipinas is taking by providing not only glamour but at the same time something new to the eye in terms of the augmented reality that we see on the Binibining Pilipinas glam shots this year. Sa mga hindi po nakakaalam, this year when you scan the Binibining Pilipinas glam shot photos on the exhibit located at the Gateway Mall of the activity area rather of the Gateway Mall, nasasabuhay yung mga glam shots by providing an augmented reality clips on the Binibinis and a short video kung paano sila gumalaw, paano sila kinunan ng kanilang mga glam shot pics. And I think that this year, that kind of interactive na experience elevates the glam shots as compared to previous years and as compared to other national pageants. And I think that is a very smart move by the Binibining Pilipinas organization to really involve the fans in the glam shots this year. And also, at the perspective of a pageant, vlogger, it also helped me create the list of the girls who really looked amazing for their glam shot na photos. And because of the fact that we're able to look at the actual photo as well as the video through the AR app, United AR, na video clips from that app. Nakita natin ngayon kung sino yung mga candidates who really delivered well, not only on the video and on the performance aspect on the AR, but also on the actual na photos. Makikita natin that this year nangingibabaw yung mga may pageant experience among the 40 candidates by just looking at this list. Now, before we continue with the list, I would like to say that for this video, we will be only discussing the top 12 girls who had the best glam shot photos, with the rest of the top 15 being posted later on our Instagram account. So take a look at that as well later. Now, as I said earlier, Binibining Pilipinas is giving us the glamour that is expected on a pageant, on a national pageant at that. Because if you look at the glam shot photos ng mga iba't ibang national pageants, Binibining Pilipinas na lang yata yung naiiwan na national pageant dito sa Pilipinas na very uniform in look yung mga candidates, whether it's the photography, the styling, the makeup, and the overall look of the shoots, makikita natin that the Binibining Pilipinas pageant really has consistently delivered in making the theme uniform for all the girls. And I think that helps, especially us na mga pageant analysts and observers, because it allows us to evaluate the girls in terms of their performance, in terms of their output in the pageant, without being distracted by having a girl who has a better team of photographers, stylists, and makeup artists. This way, with a very unified theme, with the Binibini's Glamshots, nakikita natin kung sino yung mga marunong magbigay sa atin ng mga magagandang anggulo, marunong na gamitin ang kanilang mga mata, ang kanilang mga expressions in delivering a good shot. And I think that is very important, especially in a competition where you really have a bumper crop of beauties. This year, Binibining Pilipinas is arguably the best set of facially competitive na mga candidates. Kung ganda ang pinag-uusapan, I don't think na mayroong national pageant this year na pwedeng tumpat sa Binibining Pilipinas. Now, with that being said, pag-usapan na natin ngayon yung 12 ladies who really stood out in terms of their glam shot photos. First on the list is Nicole Herlin Budol, who astounded us with the fact that she can actually move from a very kikay, very quirky na personality into a more subdued and restrained in a look in her glam shot photos. You can see the softness in her eyes, softness in her features in her glam shot photo, and at the same time, makikitaan mo na kaya din pala niya tumawid from a medyo komedyante na personality into a more serious and a more beauty queen na styling and aura. And I think that is important for her to remember na kaya niyang dalhin from the quirky na side to the more serious and more alta na side. And I think that if she is able to continually deliver in those aspects, hindi malayo na she would make it into the finals. She could even make it into the top 3, top 4, or winner circle of the Binibining Pilipinas pageant this year. At number 11, we have Yana Adungana, who is one of the girls na may pagka-milky, may pagka-porcelana yung skin. And I think that any glam shots or any photo for that matter that she would be in, she would nail it because of her very, very beautiful na skin. Among the girls, I believe she's the one who delivered one of the most soft and one of the most feminine photos in the batch, as well as I love the fact that yung kanyang jawline and kanyang neckline was really explicitly focused on in her photo, aside from her very beautiful na face. I love the fact that yung composition ng kanyang picture, maganda yung movement ng kanyang from ng kanyang head to the neck to the shoulder lines, although I wish na sana mas in-extend pa niya yung shoulders niya para mas mukhang wide yung shoulder line niya. I also would have wanted a little bit angle and tweaking with the way that she angled her hands in the photos, but overall I think she did a very good job in her glam shot photo. Now at number 10, we have Jasmine Omay, who had a very fresh, look in her photo. It almost has this type of Swan Lake ballerina feel to it, and it really, it really gives us a sense of graceful and elegance that we don't necessarily see in every photo in the entire, entire glam shot batch this year. What I really loved about the way her photo looked and the way she was captured is the fact that napaka-swan-like nung grace na kanyang neck and ng kanyang facial features. And in this video, I will be talking about necklines and extending the neck so much that it really, it really will become a bit of a redundancy. As we all know, Tyra Banks would always remind the girls on ANTM na kinakailangan hindi nawawala yung leeg sa mga photo shoots, sa mga glam shots. And I think this is one of those photos that really illustrated that well. Jasmine Omay's, very graceful na tilt ng kanyang leeg, pati yung slight na pag-open ng kanyang bibig in her photos was really well put together with the rest of the photo. And as well as the fact that yung kanyang very youthful na vibes was given a little bit more fierceness with the eye makeup, but at the same time doesn't lose that kind of, you know, freshness, youthful freshness na we tend to associate with her whenever we see her in public. Now, at number 9, we have Stacey Gabriel, who has one of the best cheekbones among the girls in the batch. We love how great the photo she looks like. You know, the 3/4 angle was really worked for her, and the fact that, you know, we love yung kanyang tilt ng kanyang head, although we're not very particularly fond of the way that yung tilt down yung tilt down na angle ng kanyang photo makes her look like she doesn't have a chin. I think that's one of the things that she needs to you know, be aware of and constantly remind herself not to do, because the way that she angles her head to show more of her, you know, high cheekbones, I think that's one of her best assets. But ingatan niya na hindi mawala yung kanyang jawline and yung kanyang chin, because I think that is one of the reasons, well, actually that's one of the only reasons why she's not very high on our list. Had it been that she had a very stronger na jawline and chin in her photo, we would have probably placed her in our top 6 or top 5. And at number 8, we have Patricia Antan, who really gave us a very elegant, a very long giraffe-like neck and shoulder na focused na photo. And what we really love about this photo is the fact that it is a study of contrasts in terms of the face, in terms of the expression, dahil yung mata niya is very sultry, but at the same time there is a sense of vulnerability that she exudes. The photo in itself is very fierce and very exotic, but at the same time there is a sense of vulnerability that she exudes simply with her eyes. Her eyes are actually very expressive, aside from the fact that she really have, you know, very lovely, luscious na mga lips. But in this photo, it is actually the way that she stares at the camera that really gave us, you know, a sense of like an intense photo. And makikita mo doon sa kanyang AR na video, she really is able to use her eyes in a very expressive manner, and I think that is one of the reasons why she really is very high on our list. In fact, siya ang una sa mga Binibining Pilipinas newbies na napansin namin in terms of yung overall na look ng kanyang photo, and I think that the fact that she's able to use her face to the full, you know, extent is a really, you know, is really amazing, simply because this, I believe, is her first national na pageant. At number 8, we have Joanna Day, who among the 40 candidates is one of the few girls who chose to smile in her Glamshot photos, and I think that this was a really great choice for her because napakasaya nung aura ng photo niya. She really exudes a very happy, very light-hearted na vibes with her photos. She's able to use, you know, her hands, the positioning of her hands to really frame to frame her face. That's why we really felt that yung focus ng kanyang photo is on her face lang talaga. And I think that yung the fact that among the photos in this year's batch, siya yung namumukod-tangi na nararamdaman mo yung saya, yung joy, yung positive na aura in her Glamshot photo is a reason why we put her high on the list. Irregardless of the fact that hindi siya ganun ka-popular among pageant fans, I think that kinakailangan pagtuunan din natin ng pansin yung mga girls na hindi napapansin simply because they don't have the fan following or the pool of followers to back them up. And I think in this list, makikita nyo na hindi lahat ng mga frontrunners, hindi lahat ng mga popular girls ay nandito sa listahan. And I think that is a reason why this list will be, you know, contentious for some. And I believe that this list would later be questionable for some, I believe, because hindi lahat ng mga ladies sa listahan natin or namin is on the popular side. Now, we're halfway through the list, and at number 6, we have Chelsea Fernandez, who I believe gave a very strong performance despite a very safe, a very, plain na post. Now, the fact that she is on our list and she had a very, straightforward na look in the camera and then delivered very, very well in that aspect simply means that this is a girl na kinakailangan yung bantayan. She's not as popular as the rest of the front runners, but she is always on the top of everybody's list. She's always among the top 6, top 5 of everybody's list. And I think the fact that yung kanyang performance, despite a very safe, a very very straightforward na post, really gave a strong na facial na performance in this photo. It takes a lot of confidence na nakatingin ka lang sa camera and give a very straightforward na shot that would really give you a leg up in the competition dahil hindi lahat ng mga girls is able to do what she did in her Glamshot photo. Napakasimple actually na kanyang Glamshot photo, but the way that you look at the intensity, the confidence that she possesses in the photo, it really tells something about the fact that this girl is palaban. So now, at number 5, we have Graciela Lehman, who is also, one of the Binibining Pilipinas repeaters this year. The fact that she's very high on our list tells us that she came in prepared, that she came back, much more ready for the titles up for grabs. And you can really see dun sa kanyang photo, the way yung arch ng kanyang eyebrows, the way her eyes are very, very expressive, but at the same time welcoming and magnetic, the way that her entire photo really pulls you in with the way that she tilted her head, her angle of her face, the angle of the dress ruffles, really focused on the face and on the expression on her face. And I really love the fact that yung smile niya is very warm. That is a huge contrast to the very sultry na appearance ng kanyang look. And I think that among the girls, siya lang yung girl who was able to deliver a strong, fierce, but at the same time very welcoming and very warm na look in her photo. And I think that siya ang namumukontangi na girl among this batch who really scored high simply by smiling in her photos. And I think that dito sa batch na to, siya at saka si Joanna Day lang yung natipuhan ko talaga na ngumiti sa kanilang mga photos because there is something enigmatic, then something that is magnetic in the way that both girls delivered in their photo shoots. The only difference is that Graciela really pushed a very sultry, but at the same time very very warm na photo in the Glamshot photos this year. At number 4, we have a very underrated na binibini, Anne de Mesa, who is one of the most pretty girls in the competition this year. Delivered a photo that is fit for a beauty ad. Hindi mo akalain na glam shot photo ito because kapag tinanggal mo yung mga accessories, tinanggal mo yung mga background, the shoot itself, the shot itself can lend it into any of the Binibining Pilipinas sponsors na this year. I think that among the girls, what you see is what you get with Anne de Mesa. How she looks at her photos is exactly how she looks in person, and I think that is one of the reasons why she's very high on our list, is because with the observance of her in person and in this photo, hindi nawawala yung kung sino siya doon sa mga pictures, and I think that's a really good arsenal to bring into the competition. Now we're on our top 3, and our top 3 comprises of 3 ladies who are Binibining Pilipinas repeaters. At then number 3, we have Gabrielle Basiano or Gabi Basiano. You look at her photo and you can immediately see na very soft and feminine ng kanyang image, and the way that she used her hands to frame her face added more into the photo. And this is the reason why we love Gabby, because in most of her shoots, she's always delivering a very sultry na look, very, you know, very MGI-ish na face, na very strong, fierce. But this time around, she's able to capture a very soft and feminine na look na napaka-pristine, napaka-reserved ng kanyang look for this shoot. And I think that among the girls, Gabby has one of those very beautiful faces, whether it's in photo shoots or it's in real life. And I think the fact that she's able to use angles through her hands, through her head tail, through her, you know, facial features and twisting of, you know, of her body to create a very, you know, beautiful na photo. Isa ito sa mga dahilan kung bakit siya napakataas in our list. Now, at number 2, we have Jasmine Dimaculangan, who I believe is one of the most really intense na girls when it comes to photo shoots, because looking at her photo alone, napaka-intense and expressive na kanyang eyes. And I think that is, you know, one of the reasons why she's very high on our list, because yung kanyang yung intensity that she brought in her photo is something that really is off the charts. Sa mga Binibining Pilipinas girls this year, si Jasmine yung in my lists has been in the lower end of the tail end rather of my list, but this time around, dahil she's able to deliver a really mesmerizing na photo, she shoots up, you know, very high that quick. And I think yung intensity ng kanyang gaze is what really makes this photo, aside from the fact that yung angle ng kanyang neck and shoulders and yung positioning ng kanyang hands on her chin really, you know, adds to the overall impact of the photo. I think Jasmine is now, you know, one of the girls na kinakailangan natin bantayan, because she's really delivering in the areas that would really be a contention for the title. And unti-unti kapag nakuha niya yung kanyang stride in the competition, asahan natin that she would probably be one of the ladies na mag-aaway-aaway for any of the 4 titles in this year's Binibining Pilipinas pageant. And now we're on the top of our list, and occupying that spot, it's none other than Karen Lori Mendoza. If you look at her AR clips as well as the photo, makikita mo na mas marami siyang na-deliver na mga gagandang shots and angles in her AR na clip as compared to the photo that was chosen for the Glamshot. And that is a very, you know, that is the very reason bakit siya ang nasa pinakataas ng ating listahan, because she's able to really give us various, you know, permutations of a beautiful angle, of a beautiful photo. And I think that yung choice na photo for her glam shot showcases, you know, a very intense na stare, na gaze, very powerful yung kanyang overall impact ng mata. And then couple it with a very, you know, high na cheekbone, very chiseled na jawline, and a very, you know, very delicate but strong showing of the neck and shoulders. Overall, you know, I think that si Karen is isa sa mga pinaka-photogenic na girls in this year's batch, and I would not be very surprised if later on she will be voted as Miss Photogenic or the face of Binibining Pilipinas this year, because she really delivered in her glam shot photo this year. Ang ganda nung arrive, ang ganda nung dating, yung impact ng kanyang photo, and the fact that, you know, even in motion, ganun din siya kaganda, ganun din ka powerful yung kanyang delivery, especially on her AR na clip. It really tells us that Karen is one of the girls na kinakailangang bantayan ng bawat Binibining Pilipinas candidates who are aiming for any of the 4 crowns this year. Now, a lot of you would probably question me na bakit ganun yung listahan ko this year, na parang hindi consistent with other vloggers or pageant pages. That's simply because we've seen the girls in motion, we've seen their photos, at the same time we've seen the AR clips. If we factor only the AR clips and the glam shot photo, makikita mo na yung mga nandun sa listahan namin is reflective of that. We don't pay attention to sino yung popular o sino yung makakapagbigay sa atin ng mas maraming views, but rather we're focusing on the girls who really delivered in terms of their performances. And that is why in our list, you can see that halo-halo yung mga types of girls na nasa listahan natin. There are the front runners, but at the same time, there are ladies who are overly underrated na pumasok sa listahan natin ng top 12, top 10, or even top 6. And I think that is the reason why that this list is going to be inviting a lot of questions, simply because not a lot of people will be, will agree with our opinion on this. But I can assure you that this list is pinag-aralan, pinag-isipan, and inalisa. I think that is one of the reasons kung bakit medyo delayed tayo na maglabas ng ating listahan as compared to other pageant pages na nauna nang naglabas ng kanilang mga best glam shots in the past week, several days after the reveal of the Glamshot photos. We wanted to make sure that the girls that we are, reviewing in this list are girls na are well-deserved of a spot in our list of the best Glamshot photos. I hope na naintindihan nyo kung bakit ngayon medyo kakaiba ang aming listahan. And I hope that this topic would invite comments and suggestions and and further opinions from you guys by letting us know on the comment section below, because we really want to have a discussion on this list of the best Glamshot photos. I hope to see you again in our next video, and do take care and see you again soon. Bye everyone.